Hello again everyone, and welcome back to Learn Linux TV. In today's video, we're going to check out a mini PC that recently arrived in the studio for me to review. And this one is particularly interesting because, well, it looks like a game console. And as someone who's always been into gaming, that definitely caught my attention. I don't get to talk about gaming very often on this channel because the focus here is on Linux, but every now and then a product comes along that overlaps both worlds perfectly. And today we're taking a look at the Acemagic Retro X5, a mini PC that's inspired by a certain iconic game console from 1985. The retro-inspired design clearly targets gaming enthusiasts, but underneath that nostalgic exterior is a fully capable modern PC featuring an AMD Ryzen AI9HX370 processor, 32GB of RAM, as well as a 1TB NVMe SSD. And in today's review, I'm going to give you all the information that you'll need to know to make a decision on whether or not the Acemagic Retro X5 is right for you. I'm going to go over all the usual things, such as the hardware, performance, and also whether or not it's compatible with Linux because, well, this is a Linux channel and that box needs to be checked. But more importantly, I'm also going to go over the gaming performance because, after all, well, it's marketed as a gaming PC, so we definitely need to make sure that it backs up that claim. But before we get started, I do need to let you know that Acemagic sent this unit into the studio for me to review. But as always, that doesn't influence my conclusions. It makes no difference whether I purchase a product myself or I receive a review unit because my goal is always to provide a fair, honest, and unbiased assessment. So, like always, I'll cover both the strengths of the Retro X5 as well as any areas where I think there might be room for improvement. And if you'd like to learn more about how sponsorships and review units are handled on this channel, you can find out all about that by checking out the full content policy that's available on the main website. And with all that out of the way, it's time to dive into the Retro X5 and give it a full review, which is what I'm going to do right now. And here it is. Like I mentioned earlier, the case design is heavily inspired by classic gaming hardware, especially Nintendo's original console from 1985. Acemagic describes it as a blend of pixel art aesthetics and modern technology, and honestly, that's a pretty accurate description. It definitely has that retro gaming vibe on the outside while packing modern hardware internally. As for the build quality, I think they did a really solid job here. In the B-roll, it might look a little lightweight, but once you actually pick it up for yourself, there's a noticeable amount of heft to it. The Retro X5 feels sturdy and well put together rather than cheap or hollow. Taking a look around the machine, on the front panel we have 3 USB ports, one of which is USB-C. The power button is also located here as well, and it's clearly designed to resemble the power button from the original NES. As an aside, it would have been even cooler if the button operated the same way. On the original NES, to power on the console, you actually push the button inward and it locked in place, and then to power it off, you release the power button. And I think that would have been a nice touch here, but that's just a very minor thing. Anyway, around the back, there's an even better selection of ports. We get 3 additional USB ports, and one of those, again, is USB-C, along with both HDMI and DisplayPort outputs. Networking is especially impressive here because the Retro X5 includes dual 2.5 gigabit Ethernet ports, which is very awesome. Internally, the system is powered by the AMD Ryzen AI9HX370 processor paired with integrated AMD Radeon 890M graphics. It also includes support for Wi-Fi 7, and according to the specifications, this machine can drive up to 4 displays at resolutions up to 8K. So, despite the retro-inspired appearance, this is very much a modern system. And overall, I think the build quality, hardware selection, and port layout are very well executed. When it comes to the included software, the Retro X5 ships with Windows 11 pre-installed, which is pretty standard when it comes to mini PCs. It provides an easy way to organize and launch classic ROMs, and that is a nice addition considering the overall theme of the system. But of course, this is a Linux channel, so one of the first things I wanted to test was Linux compatibility. So I installed Fedora 44 on the Retro X5, and the experience was completely smooth. The installation process completed without any issues at all, and all of the hardware I tested worked as expected afterward. Honestly, I don't really have many notes here, and that's actually a good thing. Linux support appears to be solid out of the box. In fact, Acemagic even lists Linux compatibility for several distros directly on their website, so if you're considering this system for Linux usage, compatibility doesn't appear to be a concern. Anyway, as I mentioned earlier, the Retro X5 leans heavily into the retro gaming theme, and that even extends to the packaging. And honestly, the packaging for this system is cool enough that I felt like it deserved a mention all by itself. I mean, to be fair, unboxing isn't something that really excites me all that much. It's more about what's inside the box that counts, but the box for the Acemagic Retro X5 is really cool. The box design is very creative. It follows the retro theme like I mentioned, even going as far as to include a sliding top panel that changes visually as you move it. It's a small detail, but it does add a lot of personality to the overall presentation. Inside the box, everything was packaged securely and organized well, and I also appreciate how consistently the retro theme is carried throughout the entire experience. From the system itself to the presentation and accessories, Acemagic clearly put a lot of effort into making the Retro X5 feel unique right from the moment you first open it. So when it comes to packaging and presentation, I think the Retro X5 absolutely nails it. And obviously inside the box you'll get everything you'll need to power on the machine and begin using it. You'll get the computer itself, a power adapter, HDMI cable, a mounting plate if you want to mount it to the back of your monitor, and also a user manual as well. But I think that it's an absolute missed opportunity that they didn't include a gamepad in the box. I mean, how cool would it be to actually have a dedicated game controller come with this unit? However, the Retro X5 is clearly marketed as a gaming-focused system, so I wanted to spend a good amount of time testing how well it actually performs in that role. After installing Fedora itself and fully updating the system, the first thing I did after that was install Steam as well as a variety of games. And I decided to begin with Cyberpunk 2077 because I figured it would immediately show me what this machine is capable of under a heavy workload. On top of that, Acemagic mentions performance numbers for the game on the product page, including claims of around 60 frames per second depending on the configuration and settings that are being used. But unfortunately, my experience with Cyberpunk 2077 was not particularly impressive. I was eventually able to get the game into a playable state after tweaking the settings a bit, and with even more aggressive compromises to visual quality, I could probably have improved the frame rate even further. But overall, the experience felt average at best, and definitely not what I would personally consider ideal for a demanding modern AAA title. In addition, I also tested out Skyrim and Fallout 4 as well, and the results were fairly similar. The Retro X5 can certainly run these games, but for newer or more graphically demanding titles, the integrated graphics are definitely the limiting factor. And honestly, that's more or less what I expected given the hardware configuration, and because of that, I suspect the frame rates shown on the product page were likely achieved under very specific settings or test conditions. That said, the marketing for this product does lean very heavily into retro gaming, and when it comes to retro gaming, the Retro X5 performs extremely well. In fact, the hardware here is honestly overkill for most retro gaming workloads, which means emulation and classic gaming experience will run very smoothly on this device. So while I wouldn't personally recommend this as a high-end gaming machine, I do think that it succeeds at delivering exactly what its design suggests: a full modern PC experience with a strong retro gaming focus. And that's actually a pretty cool thing. Anyway, with all that said, I think it's time to actually go ahead and break down the pros and cons of the Retro X5. And I'll start with the positives. Linux compatibility is excellent, and for this channel, that's always an important factor. If you're looking for a capable mini PC that runs Linux well, the Retro X5 absolutely checks that box. And honestly, the retro-inspired design gives it far more personality than most mini PCs on the market nowadays. But once we start evaluating it specifically as a gaming system, my opinion becomes a bit more mixed. On one hand, this really is a well-built mini PC with solid hardware, good connectivity, as well as strong Linux support. But because Acemagic markets the Retro X5 heavily toward gaming, I think it's fair to judge it primarily on gaming performance. And in that context, I don't think that this is the ideal choice if your goal is to play demanding modern games at high settings. On the other hand, if your focus is on retro gaming, then the Retro X5 makes a lot more sense. That's clearly the audience that this machine was designed for, and in that role, it performs extremely well. Emulation performance is excellent, and the retro console-inspired chassis actually adds to the overall experience in a fun way. That said, retro gaming itself usually isn't very demanding hardware-wise. You could spend far less money on a lower-end mini PC, or even something like a Raspberry Pi. To be fair, the Retro X5 will definitely handle heavier emulation workloads much better than a Raspberry Pi, especially for newer console generations. So when it all comes down to it, the value proposition really depends on which systems you plan on emulating. And when it comes to pricing, that also complicates things a bit. At the time of this recording, Acemagic lists the Retro X5 at just under $1,400 US, although it's currently discounted to around $1,159. And honestly, that's where my biggest hesitation comes in. It's difficult to confidently recommend this product at the price point. So if modern gaming is your primary goal, it may actually be worth waiting to see how the next wave of gaming-focused Linux hardware compares before making a purchase decision. For example, Valve Corporation has already discussed refreshing its Steam Machine ecosystem, and depending on pricing and eventual performance once that comes out, upcoming hardware in that category could potentially offer a better gaming-focused experience overall. So if modern gaming is your primary goal, it may actually be worth waiting to see how the next wave of gaming-focused Linux hardware compares before you make a purchase decision. Now, if you're simply looking for a compact desktop computer, the Retro X5 actually makes a much stronger case for itself. Outside of gaming, the hardware here is genuinely impressive. General desktop usage feels fast and responsive, development workloads should run very well, multimedia performance is excellent, and of course, Linux runs very well on it. So overall, I think the Retro X5 ends up in a very interesting middle ground. It absolutely looks like a gaming machine, and aesthetically, it does a fantastic job of capturing that retro console feel. But in terms of actual gaming performance, especially considering the price, it doesn't quite live up to the image that the design creates. So unless you specifically want a Linux-compatible mini PC with a nostalgic retro aesthetic, I think this one is a bit difficult to recommend. So overall, in my opinion, the Retro X5 from Acemagic is a bit of a mixed bag. When it comes to the overall design, I absolutely love it, and that's probably because I'm a retro gamer myself, but I really do love the design. But when we judge the gaming performance, it is a bit of a letdown. In my case, I had a bit of trouble getting some games to run, and even when I did, there was quite a bit of lag. So if you're a gamer looking for a gaming machine that's very capable, unfortunately, this really isn't it. However, if you want to play retro games on this machine, it absolutely performs in that respect. But then again, considering the higher price point, I don't really feel like the middling gaming performance of this machine really justifies the price, especially considering that you could buy a much less expensive mini PC and also get great emulation performance. The thing is, when it comes to hardware, emulation nowadays really doesn't tax modern systems all that much, so you could buy a mini PC at a fraction of the cost and still have a great emulation experience. So when it comes to my recommendation, I think the only case that I'd actually recommend this computer is if you wanted a mini PC anyway and you plan on using it as primarily a general purpose PC, but you also want it to look like a retro console. But if you're looking specifically for a retro console, you could find much cheaper options than this one. That said, I hope you guys enjoyed my review, and let me know in the comments down below what your opinions are. In the meantime, be sure to be subscribed to Learn Linux TV for the latest in Linux. I release new Linux-related content each and every week. And with all that said, I'll see you in the next video.